Hi, I'm Al McConnell, and before I say anything else, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your interest in me as a potential training resource for your organization. Now, by now, you probably had a chance to see an introductory segment where I walked you through the overall objectives of the training you had a chance to see. You probably also had a chance to see some highlights and clips from the actual training. Now I want to walk you through a wrap-up in which I want to accomplish two things. First, I want to share with you kind of my general observations about the training. And secondly, I want to draw an analogy in which I want to make a larger point about how I view training. So on the whiteboard behind me, I'm going to put the letter G. G is for goals. You have to have strong goals, but more than anything, you have to have strong goals that are clearly understood and really embraced by the person that's doing the training. Everything from that first handshake at the beginning of the class to the very last evaluation form and in between is driven by the clarity of what the vision and purpose of that training is all about. And the trainer and their ability to be able to articulate, understand, and embrace that vision is so decisive in the success of that great training experience. Behind me, I'm going to add another letter. This one is L. The person that's doing the training has to love what they do. They have to have a love and passion for training that's communicated through everything that happens from the beginning to the end of that training. Because the excitement and the energy of that training is so important, and the person that really drives that more than anything else is the person that's facilitating, leading, and directing that training. So it's very important that that person have a real love and passion for what they do. Now, next, I'm going to put the letter U. U is for utilization. You know, you can utilize so many techniques, so many different kinds of gadgets and tools and teaching methods and teaching theories. The deciding factor into which one to use and what the ultimate outcome is the person that's doing the training. They're the X factor, that's the X in excellence. They're the deciding factor in the outcome of the training because they have to make those moment-to-moment decisions about when to speed up, when to slow down, when to take another break, or when a lesson needs one more review. That's the difference between excellence and mediocrity in training, and the trainer is the deciding factor. Now next, I'm going to put the letter E down. E is for engagement. You know, it's really important that the people that are participating in that training are heavily engaged. Because if they're engaged, they're having a valuable experience. And if they're not engaged, you don't really have training. You just have talking. You don't really have learning. You just have presenting. So one of the things I was excited about in the training you had a chance to see earlier was I thought there was a really good quality and high level of engagement and participation. I felt that there was a really good sense that the people there were heavily vested in the experience that they were having. And I think that's good training to me. Now, I love other kinds of training also where you have a chance to maybe do learning by doing, where you have a chance to do simulated situations. Those are great. And I always love it when I get a chance to draw on my own personal experiences to bring training to life. But ultimately, engagement at the final and end of the whole training session, to me, is a barometer for success. So I'm going to come full circle now. And I'm going to come back to that analogy. For me, if you take these letters behind me that spell G-L-U-E, glue, of course. I've done a lot of carpentry, and I can tell you, you can have great tools, great wood, great design, and none of it will hold together. You won't have anything that's lasting and enduring unless you have the right thing holding it together. And I believe the same analogy really is applicable to training. You've got to have the right things to hold it together. I believe the things behind us are those right things. Because in the final analysis, great training is determined by the success of the trainee, not by the trainer. Thank you.